Praise the Lord, I haven't been terminated yet. Anyways, I'm reviewing your Brickfilms again.
Here you go. I got 30 bands up and the bitch up in a headlock.
The first video is by Brickmark. There were a lot of great moments off the animation alone. I really liked the montage in the middle of the video. The parts I'm mainly talking about is for the wall scene and the punching when they switch costumes and the spinning. They were all done amazingly. The framing was pretty decent throughout the video. The Thanos ending was random, but with the drought of creative LEGO videos, this is exactly what we needed. I'm really excited for a story to continue in a LEGO video, but for this alone, I'm willing to change that. One thing that could be improved on is the audio. Some of the sound effects just sounded a little too crunchy along with some of the vocals. As a whole, this video is an 8 out of 10. There were still things to improve on, but it was a well-rounded video.
Hold it right there, dirtbag!
The next video is by Zam Motion. He mentioned not to pay attention to the ending, and I'll do exactly as he demanded. It's the year 2024, so I'm not really fond of 2019 to 2021 memes, like the loud siren and the red circle. The animation was pretty good, and this also goes for the use of cotton for the explosion. I'm gonna begin doing that too, and stop using it for, well, some different things. What I recommend for the next time you make a video like this is to think more of outside the box. If it wasn't for the title, this video could have been named LEGO Action Battle Skit. You could have taken a more surreal kind of look for this video, and done things that haven't been done in LEGO before. I can't think of exactly what I would do in your situation, because then it really wouldn't be outside the box if someone is being able to recommend it to you. Anyways, I'm gonna give this video a 6 out of 10. It was still above average. JM Productions went crazy with this one. I love how the camera slowly pans around. I always mess this up when I'm animating. Just work more on the easing in and out. After that, you might be able to become unstoppable. The lighting feels very studio, but for all the gray in the video, it doesn't hurt it. It actually adds more to the video. Also, you should have made the lasers move faster when they were being shot, because as the characters move, the lasers are still slowly moving around the camera. The set design was also really good. This video could have easily have been overexposed, but you did a good job keeping everything in check visually. The best moment was easily the spin in the end. The spin itself and the camera movement together were such a beautiful duo. The sound design was also decent. I have no choice but to give this video an 8.5 out of 10. There were some things to improve, but a lot of the potential was met. Let's remind ourselves on how the ranking system works. The ratings come from how much potential of the video was met. If you try to make a full LEGO movie, but it was just meh, it would be like a 4 out of 10. But if you make a skit, but it's the best skit ever, even though it's 9 seconds long, I have to give the video a 10 out of 10. Alright, let's continue with the next video.
Big stepper, underground methods, top-notch hoes, get the most, not the lizard. Straight.
The next video is by THB Studios. He knew exactly what he had to do for this video, and he did it flawlessly. The lighting was punchy and majestic. The kiss was just a perfect intro. The lighting also really helped make a lot of the colors pop. The yellows and blues really pop out on this one. I wish this review wasn't so short, but there just isn't much to critique. Like, come on, you guys saw the head fall down. That was masterclass. This is an easy 10 out of 10. No questions asked. The next video is by Crazy Brother Films. There are some very noticeable things I will have to mention. I heavily dislike the green LUT that was used. It makes the base plate and the LEGO figures look like they have some kind of algae on them. When Thor got hit by the bullets, nothing moved, and that kind of felt lazy on the animation. In the middle of the video, the camera was completely out of focus. Those were the negatives of the video, so now let's go to the positives. The overall animation was pretty good. My favorite part was when Marvel Thor threw the axe at normal Thor, and the axe was spinning as it was being thrown. That was actually really nicely done. Other spinning that was done good was the camera spinning as they were fighting. The downsides of this video really held it down, so I will have to give it a 3.5 out of 10. You have improved a lot in your newer videos, so this shouldn't be taken heavily. There are many things I want to mention in this video, and the first one is the quality control. The quality control here is better than I've seen in other animation collaborations, where several channels decide to animate the video. I will also have to call out it doesn't feel like an episode of anything. The entire first half of the episode felt more like a teaser of what's to come, but the other half was only one scene of what would have been a whole episode. This would have worked better if the first half was cut down and the second half was extended. And by this, I mean the first half only takes about 20% of the video, and the second half takes about 80%. So, you know, the story of the episode can actually go all the way. The reason I still would have kept a part of the first half is because it makes it clear of what the story is about and where it's gonna lead up to in the end. Long story short, this is more of an episode 0 rather than an episode 1, and the pacing should have been changed. The editing for the first half was actually really good, but then you could slowly see a decline on the second half because there were giant pauses between the dialogue that just seem to have been forgotten to be cut. That part really holds the video down, so I'll put in a straight 5 out of 10. What could have also have been done is after the continuation of the first episode, in the end, then you can add the teaser of what's to come later on. Next up is a video by THB Studios. The sound effects in the first third were all done very well, but in the middle of the video they just begin to become out of sync. I would have also done the action of the final slice with less frames to speed it up so it actually feels like it took more power. What I recommend for you to do is to lower your phone or to make the camera lower so the fight feels more immersive with less work. I also appreciate how you did the flying section of the video. What you did with your available resources makes me want to give you a 7 out of 10.
I devour to satiate my
This video is fun and short, so this will be a very easy video to review. The part where the person was grabbed was done really nicely, and I like the camera level for that, and you should have done that for the rest of the video. And what I mean by this is that later on in the video, the camera is actually a little too low, and it actually cuts from the top. The katana impale was done nicely. You should have embraced that this is Deadpool, so you could have had his head be put back on so you could continue the fight for like a few more seconds. I also do like the faded blue of the video because it reminded me of like how everything looks like when you're being driven back home while you're half awake. This was a harmless short and a sweet video, and because of that, this gets a 7.5 out of 10. You did great with what you had. And also, I have to point out that this is like the second video that uses Deadpool in the very same set or something like that. Has anyone else noticed this? Is this a part of like some challenge I was not aware of? Tell me in the comments below.
You know you're wrong for this.
Okay, the next video is by THB Studios. The effects done for this video were actually really well done. The best looking shot was probably the one with the electric powers used. For the music, it sounded like you were recording it instead of using the actual song, which confused me because you had the gunshots sounding completely normal. I also want to call out that the knife effect in the beginning was also very well done. The lightning in the video was also very good, but the lack of dark colors makes it feel cheaper. More contrast would have helped. The color contrast doesn't share the same issues as the lighting contrast because the yellow pops out very beautifully around the blue area. I'm gonna give you props for that. I'm even trying to do this more in my videos, so I haven't mastered this yet, but I will try to master this as well. Another thing that this video needed more of was the effects. Some gun effects for the guy with the assault rifle would have helped out, since you showed around the same time that the gun effects were able to be put on to the other dude, so it would have made sense for the other dude to also have gun effects. I also recommend you doing the actual camera shaking for reals instead of like later on in the editing, because not only does it make it feel more real, it also saves you time when you edit it. Other than that, I give this video an 8.5 out of 10. You almost went to maximum potentials with the tools you had, and that's what it's all about. Always try to put your A game in whatever you do.
This shit get real.
And this right here, this is exactly what I mean about putting your A game into something. Sam, for fan, went above and beyond with this. And this is not about the tools you have, because he's not using some crazy effects. Basically 100% of everything you're looking at is done practically. So that means anyone else can do this. I've tried making a video like this before, and I know how much time it takes for creativity. The score was so beautiful and simplistic, and it just fuels the scene. This doesn't have to become a series, but if it did, I would be so down to watch this. The only thing I can mention negatively is that the first 2/3 of the video, the audio was a little too much in the right ear channel. Because of this, I have to give this video a 9.9 out of 10. And yes, I'm not giving you a 10 out of 10 because I'm evil. Alright, if anyone else wants to add the video for the next review, just put in the submission form below. If you already did so and you didn't see your video in this one, you should just expect it to be in the one after. Anyways, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.